bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all because, like I said, life is all about the cards you get dealt, and how you handle the hand. Well, as y'all know, I went to jail over some bullshit, and I'm fighting that case, as you guys seen in that video. And to make a long story short, I had a roommate at my house that, got into some shit and used my name. And basically it made my situation worse when it came to trucking, because now I am, hold on, I gotta turn down the volume because I ain't trying to get demonetized. So basically I am unable to leave the state of Arizona. Mind you, there's a whole bunch of other bullshit going on, so I had to park my truck. Because between rates being horrible and just everything going on in my life, I said, you know what, it's probably best that I just park this damn truck and I'll figure something else out, right? So I jumped back on the Lyft, Uber app, and everything else that, the gig economy offers. And I said, fuck it, I'm gonna make a way. I have a certain number that I want to reach every week. I've done it before with Uber and Lyft, and I told myself I'm not about to sit up there and cry over spilled milk. I'm about to just boss up and get this shit done. So as you guys can see, I got a whole bunch of boxes in the back right now, and I'm out here making my little deliveries and doing my rounds, which I gotta bounce. Hold on. What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Ghost coming to you with another video. Today, I'm dropping this video. You gotta mind my shirt. My damn son spit up on me. But I had to come here and meet up with somebody real quick and get to the bag. No, I had to meet up with somebody to make some bread. But what was I gonna say? So I'm dropping this video today to just talk. Just, do what I usually do. Give y'all more life tips and hints and, let y'all in on, just the shit that I go through and the, stuff that I learn from all of the choices that I make. But I realized a long time ago, in life, you can either be an asset or you can be a liability. When it comes to the workforce, the business world, everything. And for the longest, I always put myself in a position where I was an asset to, whatever hustle, whatever thing I got myself into. But what happens if you turn into a liability? That's what I learned. Well, that's what I'm learning. Once you turn into a liability, which a lot of black men fall victim of that, and especially when it comes to criminal backgrounds, criminal records, just all that. Once you basically fall into that what's the word that I'm looking for? That statistic. Once you fall into that world, it makes life hard. Because, mind you, I got a shitload of education. And, when they temporarily put a hold on my commercial privileges to leave the state, it's like, okay, that's cool and all, but I got stuff to fall back on. But what happens when, like I said, when you can't pass a background check? Especially with depending on the type of charge that you get. What happens when, you can't do what you want to do, work for certain people? It just makes life hard. It makes life really hard for you. And you get to the point to where you can't find work, you can't find this, you can't find that. So what do? And it's kind of like you fall into that that group of, well, I understand why, black men fall into that, becoming reoffenders, and people that rob banks go back to robbing banks and this and that, because that's, they get out, they try to change, and they can't change because people, now that you have a record and all that, they look at you differently. You're considered an outcast. So yeah, you can jump into trucking, but even with that, there's a lot of stipulations on what you can and cannot do. But that's just with anything in life, and that's what I've learned just through this whole experience, this whole journey. I've learned a lot. This has been crazy, but like I told myself, I just have to stay positive. I gotta stay on my grind, and every single day I gotta get it. One thing I had to sit down and tell myself was, okay, I had to look at everything I got going on, and I was like, how much money do I need to make a day to maintain the lifestyle that I have? And I realized, like, after doing the numbers, I have to crunch out at least $275 a day, which you divide that by 52 weeks, it gives you about $100,000 a year. So that's how much you have to make in order to make six figures. And once you understand that number, it's like, okay, well, I got to make that every single day. So every day I have to strive to make that much money, so I can stay in that six-figure range. And with that being said, that goes back to what I said, asset or liability in life. You can either be an asset to the world, or you can be a liability. People that have records and all that, they're considered liabilities, because that's what I was told. I think it was like earlier this week. I was doing something and the background check came back. I didn't even think the shit was gonna pop up, what I'm going through, and it did. And they basically told me in so many words that I'm a liability to society because, the type of charge that I have. And I'm just like, that shit's crazy. But it's life. And then, me being black, I've realized, everybody's like, oh, the race card, but it really does make a difference, when you're black. A black male at that. Like, it's so weird. I used to think like, okay, it is what it is. But it really is, like, you really are looked at as a threat, and this shit is crazy. Like, I was pulled over, and I got harassed by the cops, and I didn't really understand why until, other shit came out when I went to court. And then I realized, like, damn, that's why I got sweated when I got pulled over. That's why, they pulled me out the car and was asking me 1,001 questions. They, was kind of timid, had they, hand on their holster and whatnot and shit. It was weird as hell, because I'm just like, damn, like, it was a crazy experience to be treated like that. And it's just like, man, chill out. You ain't even gotta, come at me with all that type of weird ass energy. But, when they ran my record, that pops up. So they automatically, be on high, on 10. Like, they automatically, walk up thinking that, I'm gonna cause a threat or be a problem. So, they ready to, but, it is what it is. You just gotta handle yourself accordingly. But it's crazy that, you experience all this and you realize, like, damn, choices that you make will fuck you over. And, it is what it is. Like I told myself, once all this shit blows over, I'm cool. Because I like to live a certain lifestyle, and, and that shit's too much. So, once it's all said and done, I'll speak more about it. But as of right now, you know, and then even when I speak about it, I'm not gonna go into too much detail. You know, I'll give y'all the gist of what was going on and, you know, the outcome, because it's all a lesson. You know, it really affected my CDL, and that's really what I was pissed off about, you know, is how much it affected my CDL and everything that I've built. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said before, shit happens, and it's not about, you know, it's not about how hard the hit was. It's about how you take it and what you do after the hit's been done. So like I told myself, y'all know I'm on my hustle mode and my hustle grind. So I just realized I can't work for nobody. So I gotta get it, you know, how I used to when, you know, before I got into trucking, or even when I first started trucking. Because when I first started trucking, I wasn't making nothing in truck driving. I was making more money at home than I was actually being in a truck. So, you know, I had to tap back into that world, which I said in the other video. So, you know, with that being said, I'm gonna keep y'all posted. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. You know, next month I go back to court, so hopefully they'll grant me my damn CDL privileges back so I can leave this goddamn state. But we'll see. You know, I'm not gonna sit up there and cry over spilled milk. I'm gonna just make this shit do what it do and continue to live my life the best way that I know how. So, you know, it is what it is. So with that being said, you know, like I said, in life, you know, you can either be an asset or a liability. So, and always strive to be an asset, no matter what. And no matter what's thrown at you, always stay positive, stay focused, and let the haters hate. Because at the end of the day, fuck them. You know, it is what it is. So, like I said before, love, peace, prosperity, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Deuces. Did deliveries like this, but it's like when I worked at GLS and we were doing the local stuff around Phoenix, and it actually pays pretty well. I'm like, I might put my RAM on this and put it all in a RAM and shoot, make a cool 200, 300, 400 a day just delivering people's food, because I guess this is like meal preps, and honestly this is a pretty cool little gig. You know, you do what you need to do and then you be home every night. I get to, you know, kick it with my son, and this shit it ain't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. You know, being off the road, like, it's my first time in years not being on the road full time, and I'm kind of enjoying it. I mean, the money, it ain't like owner-op money. You ain't gonna be making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a week. But right now in this economy, yeah, it makes sense.